you're new to running, or trail running specifically, you might not be aware of how difficult a trail race is compared to a road race. And the reason for that is the elevation. My name is Buck. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, personal trainer, and running coach. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 questions to assess if you're ready for a trail race with elevation. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Number 1 is, are you training in an environment similar to the environment you will race in? Meaning, are you training with elevation? This is important so you understand what you're getting into, and then also to condition yourself both cardiovascularly and muscularly for the demands of a trail race that has a lot of climbs in it. And this doesn't just mean going to the trail once or twice before your race. This means spending 1 to 2 runs a week on the trail preparing for that type of race. I found this out the hard way the first time I did a half marathon trail race. This was also my first trail race ever. So I assumed it would take me a little bit longer than my road race half marathon time. But when I got to that trail that had elevation almost the whole race, I was not prepared at all. I came in second to last place and I was panting and puffing the entire time. When I signed up for my next race, I made sure I actually incorporated 1 trail run a week into my training program to help prepare me for the demands of a race like that, especially in an area like Western Washington where we have a lot of mountains. So if you're not training on the trail yet, make sure you incorporate some of that into your training program before race day. The second question to ask yourself is, are you incorporating strength training that is designed to prepare you for lots of climbs and elevation? Some great exercises for this are the step up, walking lunges, sled pushes, and calf raises. These are all great exercises for preparing the body to conquer some of those tough climbs. For longer distance trail races, especially those that are mostly elevation like we have here in Washington, I would be strength training at least twice a week, ideally 3 to 4 times. If you're in a hilly area that's going to have a lot of climbs, I really think this could be a difference maker in how your race goes. Number 3 is very similar to number 2, and it's, are you incorporating strength training movements that are going to prepare you for the downhills? It may surprise you if you've never done a trail race with elevation before, but the downhills can actually be the hardest part on your body. In that first half marathon trail race I ran, where over half of it was just straight up, that meant the next half was pretty much straight down. And going downhill for that many miles can be really tough on the joints and the lower body muscles. So when it comes to strength training to prepare for the downhills, I like to include things like step downs to help you train that eccentric or lowering phase. I also like to include sled pulls, which can help strengthen the posterior chain as well as the tendons surrounding the knee joint. And for the same reason, I also like including isometrics. Things like wall sits or iso lunges are a great way to prepare the body for the demands of those downhill efforts. Okay, next one's an easy one, and it's the one most people like. And it's asking yourself, do I have the appropriate gear? Because if the answer is no, then you might need to actually go get some new gear for your trail race. I recommend getting a good pair of trail running shoes. It's not that you can't run a trail race in regular running shoes, but most road racing shoes are not designed for the type of terrain that you're going to be racing on. You want to get a pair of trail runners that have a good, thick tread, stability and support, and then also use protective material that's going to help maintain them on tough terrain like you would find on the trail. I'm not endorsed by Ultra, but I'm a huge fan, and I've been using the Ultra Timp 5s for the last 3 years. And this one pair of trail running shoes has held up the entire time. You might also want to get a running vest that you can put in gels or water. Usually when it comes to trail races, especially those with a lot of elevation, there's not a lot of good spots to put aid stations. So even on a half marathon trail race, you might only have 2 to 3 aid stations throughout the whole race. So it's good to have something like a running vest or belt or backpack that you can put in nutrition and whatever else you're going to need. The last question that you need to ask yourself before doing a trail race with a lot of elevation is, have I done enough cardiovascular conditioning to prepare for this? A trail race with a lot of elevation is going to be a lot more physically demanding than you're probably expecting for, say, a road race of the same distance. I think a good rule of thumb for your first time going out for a steep trail race is to double the time you're expecting. And if you do it faster than that, great, that's a nice surprise. But I would expect to spend a lot more time on the trail than you're probably thinking is necessary for that distance. And because of that, you're probably going to need to put in a lot more time training than you would for that same distance on the road. I like incorporating a lot of long, slow distance training into my trail race programs. I like including a lot of intervals to help simulate the energy demands of a lot of those steep climbs that you're going to experience on the trail. I also like incorporating a lot of cross training, things like cycling, stair stepper, swimming, anything that's going to help you build that cardiovascular base without being so hard on your body like trail running is. So 1 to 2 trail runs a week, plus a lot of long, slow distance, intervals, and alternate cardio methods. To recap, the 5 questions you need to ask yourself before doing a trail race with a lot of elevation are: number 1, are you doing some training on a trail or in an environment similar to the one you're going to be racing in? Number 2, does your strength training include exercises specifically to strengthen the lower body muscles to handle elevation climbs during the race? Number 3, does your strength training include exercises specifically designed to help you improve your downhill performance during the race? Number 4, do you have the right gear to handle a trail race with a lot of elevation? And number 5, have you done enough cardiovascular conditioning for this type of race? And that's it. I love trail running. It's probably my favorite type of race to do because it really gives you that sense of adventure while you're doing it. It's just important to keep in mind that trail races are their own unique beast and they need to be prepared for in their own unique way, because no one wants to get stuck with a DNF or having to get help halfway through the trail because you weren't prepared. If you're ready to sign up for a trail race, I have pre-made training plans available for 10K and half marathons on the Training Peaks app. These are pre-made plans that are already done for you and incorporate all the things we discussed today. Or if you're more interested in a custom coaching experience, I also offer 2 levels of custom coaching, which you can check out in the description below. And lastly, make sure to check out my free 7-day Intro to Kettlebell course for runners in the description. I've put a ton of work into this free class to make it as valuable as possible for beginner runners. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.